Now, Stormwatch 12 weather with meteorologist Josh Culbreth.
Welcome back to News Watch 12 midday. Right now you're taking a live look at some clear skies in Yreka. This view coming courtesy of the Rain Rock Casino. Remember yesterday we were just tracking a little bit of a light haze at the very least in the Shasta Valley, but now we're not even seeing that at all. And on top of that, there's plenty of sunshine and we're at room temperature right now, 68 degrees. In fact, most of us inland either in the 60s or 70s. Look at this, a bit of a reversal as we're almost up to 80 degrees in Brookings, and that's because of the Chetco effect. We have those winds that are coming out of the north and east. They're interacting with the Chetco River Valley. They're sinking down into the valley. The air is compressing and the air is warming. So that's really a crash course in the Chetco effect, but that's why we're so much warmer in Brookings as opposed to anywhere else. Now, like I mentioned, air quality good for most of us. We'll put all this in motion. We'll stop this right around 5 p.m. And yeah, maybe we could have a little bit of light haze today in Siskiyou County and southern portions of the Great Basin for portions of the coastline. But I think the significant reductions in air quality will mainly stay confined to areas immediately downwind of some of the existing fires. And then as we head into Thursday, it looks like we'll have even less smoke. But a lot of that is incumbent on how active these fires actually flare up for today, just given that we will have winds coming out of the east, which will bring dry air to these fire perimeters, which will in turn, potentially make them act up. So we'll see how that ends up panning out for today. But just know the bottom line and the big takeaway from that should be that air quality will be pretty good for most of us over the next 48 hours, including within the Rogue Valley. Shouldn't have much of any haze at all today. I was just outside and I didn't really see much up in the sky at all. So good air quality, high temperatures that'll be pretty seasonal, adjacent to seasonal, maybe a few degrees above average for this time of the year, but we should be near 80 to the east of the Cascades. Mid to upper 80s for our west side valleys, could make a run for 90 degrees in Medford, and then we'll have some mid 70s, mid to upper 70s along the coast in Curry County. In fact, if we make a run for 80 degrees, I wouldn't be too shocked. Breezes today will come again mainly out of the east and northeast, which is why we're having a Chetco effect along the coast, and it's why we do have a red flag warning in place for the Flat Fire and Anvil Fire, because that could potentially bring a lot of dry air to some of those fire perimeters. And then for tonight, skies will continue to stay pretty clear, more good air quality. Could have maybe some partly cloudy skies along the coast due to some marine layer impacts, but we're not expecting any widespread fog. And overnight lows are going to resemble what we had for this morning. And then we really start to toast things up into Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Could get pretty close to 100 degrees in time for Friday, which puts us about 10 to 15 degrees above average for this time of the year. So the hottest of the hot will last through about Sunday, and then we have a pretty significant cold front that's going to move through for Monday and Tuesday, dropping our temperatures way down. So starting to feel fall-like again and trending a little bit wetter. Now there's still a lot up in the air when it comes to these rain chances for Sunday through Tuesday, but just know that thankfully, we won't be nearly as bone dry as what we've been over the past week and a half. So I'm thinking that fire weather impacts are going to trend down to limited next week, but in the meantime, we'll keep things as elevated. Here's a 7-day forecast for the coast. Just some pretty light haze today in areas to the south and west of the Anvil Fire. That's the one we're mainly concerned about when it comes to smoke output. And then for Siskiyou County, I think the bulk of the smoke will stay in western Siskiyou County, but central and eastern Siskiyou County should have pretty good air quality. And if we do have some haze today on the east side, it would be in the Great Basin as opposed to the Klamath Basin. Then for the mountains, in terms of the two ranges, I think the Cascades will probably have better air quality than the Siskiyous, but it's really splitting hairs. And then for the Rogue Valley, good air quality, but of course all eyes are going to turn to the temperatures, getting close to 100 degrees for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
All right, thank you, Josh. I mean, this is a great time for people to head to the coast if you want some warmer weather and the water, right?
Yes, but air quality could be a little reduced in those areas, again, to the south and west of the Anvil Fire because the winds are coming out of the north and east. So air quality could be a bit of a concern along the coast. But yeah, if you want to escape the near triple-digit heat, then maybe that's a catch-22. You'll have some cooler temperatures. Maybe you'll have to deal with a little bit of haze. So it's one of those things.
Pick your poison.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Josh.
Of course.
Appreciate it.